D7. You know, we keep talking about connectivity, making sure you have connectivity through the network. And in here, we talked a little bit about Sam and Carter's, you know, being able to ping particular addresses. So what you have to be aware of, if you know the address leading into the router, okay, in our scenario, this router has a route down into the 10 networks, okay, and then of course it has a route, of course I shouldn't say it has a route to the directly connected one. To go from here to here probably wouldn't work because this router doesn't have a route to this network. It wouldn't know where to send it, or if this one pinged out, it wouldn't know where to send it. It just has routes to the 10 networks and the directly connected network. Okay, we set up DHCP for IP version 4, we excluded addresses, we gave a pool name, and then we set it up for all the switch virtual circuits interfaces. The you know, the different VLANs that are set up in there. So then you should be able to put a device like a PC onto a port here, and whatever VLAN that's in, it should go up and get an address from the DHCP associated with that particular network. Okay, to test it, you could go into your layer 2 device and tell it to get an IP address from DHCP, and you should see it actually do that. So up here we did follow-up, DHCP version 4. Students set up DHCP servers. We talked about a workstation. Talk about static addresses for the management. They also said like printers, and they gave a number of examples. Talking about the binding between the server and the device that's getting the address. We did an example here where we talked about, you know, what we would do with a guest VLAN and so forth. Okay. Showed a little bit of our current network here on campus. Then we went and started talking about global unicast address, the linked local address. I gave a couple examples here. Talking about the host getting its address either from the MAC or a random number, and that duplicate address detection that would send neighbor solicitation and a neighbor have to look that up, but communicating with the neighbors to see if we had a duplicate address. So the router advertisement, router solicitation. Down, we talk about Slack only, get an IP, default gateway, Slack with DHCP. You can get an address here, local, a linked local, and then also you can get DNS and so forth. Stateless, stateful, in which we use DHCP server. We did a little bit of review. We talked about broadcast and ARP, and then if it doesn't have an address, it's going to broadcast. Like you're looking for a network from a workstation. So broadcast can become an issue if we have a looped environment. So spanning tree, create a root bridge, block redundant, create a loop free, and then recalculate on failure. Being managed by bridge protocol data units, a bid is used, bridge priority, ID, is used to identify the root bridge, so you can identify what you want to have as a root bridge. The extended, they added the VLAN concept, which then let us create per VLAN spanning tree. Then they have the MAC address. This is the default value. So this whole thing is the bridge ID. So by you adjusting this first part, you can then create what would be the root bridge. Now we talked a little bit here about ports, cost of ports using spanning tree. That's it.